What up, world? Did you know that your thoughts and emotions give off energy that can be felt by those around you? Now, a few of you may be like, yeah, it's called a vibe. Exactly. You walk into a place and you're like, I don't like the vibe in here. I'm going to head out. Or you hang out with somebody and you're like, I don't like that person's energy. I'm not feeling their vibe. I'm going to distance myself. Now, we forget how sensitive we are to these things. We are emotion based creatures. And as we get older, we get so much responsibility that this awareness of people's energy pretty much becomes a subconscious thing. Well, children are different. Children are very much aware of their surroundings and what other people are doing because they're learning from us. Well, about a year ago, for example, I was back home and I thought this was the perfect time to sit down and figure out my life, which is a ridiculous statement in itself because you're never going to figure out your life by thinking about it at any point in your life. But anyway, I was watching my niece, hey Lily, and she was being as loud as she could possibly be, banging a toy on the table. So I started thinking about life, trying to figure some things out. And while still banging her toy on the table, she spoke to me and said, hey, don't be so sad. And this took me out of my thought process. I looked at her and I was like, what did you say? She kept banging the toy on the table, but this time she looked at me and spoke slowly. Don't be so sad. And then she ran to play with another toy and left me there to ponder the message she just delivered to me. Now, see, that was a clue to me that we can't hide the way we think and feel. It's impossible because we pick up on those things. I'm here thinking I'm doing some deep inner work and getting to a better place, but she could feel all the sadness radiating off of me and picked up on it in an instant. So if a toddler can do that, what do you think your negative emotions do to your significant others, your family members, your friends, your coworkers? They pick up on all of it. All they know is they don't feel good when they're around you. And most of the time, when we're in this negative mind state, we're trying to make some big decision. And that's a big mistake because you should never make a decision from a negative mind state. It clouds your judgment. It's often during that time period where we make our worst decisions and we look back months or years down the road and we regret it or we question if that was the right decision because you didn't make that decision in efforts to find a resolution. You made that decision in effort to gain relief. That's right. You see, when you're thinking negative, you're constantly angry or you're constantly sad. It's your desire to gain relief from that. And the best way to gain relief from that is to remove yourself from the situation entirely. That's why some people break up seemingly out of nowhere, quit their jobs out of nowhere, they move out of town. They do these major life altering things, all because they wanted to escape that negative mind state, thinking that it was all the other person's fault, all the company or this town. I just can't deal with it. We like to think that we're not responsible for any of that, but yet we are part of the problem. We're part of the major portion of that problem. So you got to be very careful. You got to be more aware of where you're at and the emotions that you're giving off. Now, this is pretty much what gaining value is about, learning more about yourself. Self worth is not all about just knowing that you deserve better, but it's about being better to yourself and knowing how to achieve that. And hopefully, I can deliver that. This is gaining value, giving the self worth. Like, comment, subscribe, share it will. I'll holla.